Hello Channel viewers, I'm DS, your psychologist, and welcome to another episode on Channel NITT. So Channel NITT has produced up to 500 videos already since February 2020, and now we are progressing into Season 6. So what do you expect in Season 6? More intimacy, which means to say, I am going to do videos that are still specific but more generic. So this will cater to more MBTI types. So in our previous episode, we discussed the concept of projection. So everybody tends to interpret others' motivation and behavior using their own lens. This is known as projection. So in our previous episode, I mentioned that ENTJs have the tendency to mistrust others because they think that other people will not be able to do things as well as they can. Now, the other side of the story is true. A lot of people project negative impressions on the ENTJ. It is very common for many people to think that ENTJs and sometimes INTJs think very highly about themselves. Of course, ENTJs get that a lot. Other MBTI types that might get this kind of statement or impression a lot might include the ESTJ as well. Why? Because we are so objective, we appear very aloof, unfriendly. People tend to think that we are very stuck up and snobbish. The ENTJ especially. Sometimes the INTJ also get that. But of course, this could happen to everyone. Let's look at why this happens from the projection point of view. So there are two different possibilities why this might happen. The first possibility is that people who think that you think very highly of themselves are just average or below average Joes. So their competence is just on this line. So whenever they see somebody who is more competent, they think that they are just trying to show off, or they are not as good as they're supposed to be because they themselves are like that. This is a direct form of projection. Remember, based on projection, we tend to think of people as the same as we are. If we are people with low integrity, we also tend to believe that other people are also going to be of low integrity. So in the same argument, if we are just average, we also tend to believe that people could be average as us. But of course, not all average people project this type of thinking onto others. Another group of people, they may also think that other people think very highly of themselves because of their own insecurities. They feel very threatened when somebody who is actually competitive or better than they are comes into the picture. So these people will say that, oh, this person thinks very highly of themselves, to actually paint a negative picture of this other person. So these losers also tend to believe that the world is fair. So what do I mean by that? These people tend to believe in things such as experience. So presume I am a teacher, I have 14 years of teaching experience, then suddenly one scholar comes in and takes over a lot of my duties. I feel very threatened because I would have believed that experience is a basis of determining my value. But now, this is not true. So I believe that the world is not fair. And as a result, I would badmouth this new person. Anyway, a lot of people have very negative views of scholars. They think that they are just parachuted into positions. Of course, for this second type of people, they could target any MBTI type. I would say that of all the 16 MBTI types, when the haters mentality come into play, the TEFI domain, and those who use NISE, they are the most adapted to combat this. INTJs, generally, they just ignore these haters. It does not affect them at all. And this is also the same for ENTJs. Sometimes we ignore, sometimes we combat. But the ENTJ has a tendency to have this threshold whereby we endure and suddenly we just give a bomb which totally destroys the hater. On the other extreme, FI and SE users can also adapt to this kind of a hater mentality well. ESFPs, they do combat. They go on direct confrontation with this kind of a haters when there is an opportunity to do so. However, their actions tend to be illogical. ISFPs actually deal well with this. So many ISFPs may turn this hater mentality into a motivation. They want to prove to their haters that they are actually indeed better. So good for you ISFPs in this regard. The MBTI type that actually does the worst when it comes to hater mentality is the INFJ. That's unfortunate because the INFJ would really go into a form of self-doubt. So viewers, what MBTI type are you and how do you deal with people who think that you think very highly of yourself? Do comment below and share with the community. Okay, at channel NITT, we produce a lot of videos such as this one. If you have enjoyed this video, do give us a like. If you have any topic that you would like us to cover, do comment below as well and we will look into it. Of course, if you have not subscribed, do consider subscribing so that we can bring you more MBTI and fun stuff. Okay, I'm going to sign off now and I'll see you in our next episode. Bye-bye.